Most interesting, thank you so much. Okay, so now we've got somebody who I admire almost more than I admire him even more than Majid. That's saying something. I hope some of you, anyone that isn't actually got to be at work on Friday, is going to be down at the courts to demonstrate again, because we know we've got our friends in court. We've got two of them here today. So a very warm welcome for the man who has been one of the most committed campaigners out on the street for the last 2 years. He was soaking wet the other day and he was still at it. Ladies and gentlemen, CalvinPayne!
And here comes the wind. There you go. Okay, well, thank you, Chris, obviously. The first thing is that, because it's a Saturday today, and everything I do and we do is Monday to Friday, because unfortunately, Amy, or fortunately, they restrict their work to those times. But so many people have met today for the first time because they're not able to be out on the streets doing when we do what we do. And that's the main thing. That's what I've been asked to talk about. And for 2.5 years now, people have been taking to the streets and physically preventing the felling of healthy trees in Sheffield in a number of ways. And a very small number of people have been able to do that for obvious reasons. But we're always said that there's only a small number of us, and when council officials come or people that are on the other side come and say, look at you, there's 6 of you or 10 of you or whatever. But of course, hundreds, thousands of people thank you online later and come to things like this who can't be there and who are flicking on Facebook at work and following what's happening on a daily basis. And more recently, this has become more serious because we have a very small number of people who do take part in direct action, but now we have a small number within a small number who are challenging in creative and various ways the High Court injunction that has been imposed on people ever since August. And I'm amazed that the people that have been challenging that injunction and the way they've been doing it and the exceptionally brave way they've been doing it, people are genuinely putting their liberty online for their communities and their city on a daily basis at the moment across the city. And quite how much they are, we'll find out possibly in a week or so's time and any future events. Because as has been said, we used to have our own operation name at South Yorkshire Police. We used to have a team of people whose job was to follow us around, and they had, thanks to freedom of information, we know that we had a name, we had an operation name at South Yorkshire Police. We now have our own team of private detectives who work on behalf of Sheffield City Council, on behalf of everyone here. And those people take your photograph and go online and trace your activities and find out through your work who you are. And we now have somebody else who's not come forward yet, who is going to be in court, who they have tracked down that way. Not because they've been publicly doing something, but because they've been found and identified by private detectives employed by everybody here today. And if they succeed in convicting people on Friday, they will go after another layer of people, another 20, 30, 40 regular attenders, I'm sure. But on this subject, the hypocrisy of Sheffield City Council, and everyone knows, and this has been widely put around, that there is a plaque on the door of the town hall commemorating the Kinder Scout peaceful, illegal mass trespass in 1932. Now, this council says it moves in those traditions. If this council and these councillors were here in 1932, they wouldn't be lined up with the protesters and the trespassers. They would be lined up with the landowners pointing guns at those people and the police attending to arrest them. Because that is the political tradition that Sheffield City Council's current ruling group represent. We're the trespassers, they're the landowners with the guns.